With the small amount of effect that I can bring, I want to be the spark to something bigger to where it can bring a global change.
Thank you guys for coming, and obviously a huge thanks to Rhuigi for being here. I don't know if you guys know, but we've been working with Rhuigi since 2016. So we're super excited that he's been able to come here and make the trip over to Australia and take time out of his very busy schedule. So audience members have submitted questions all week, and we've got some questions that we want to ask Rhuigi as well. So basically how it's going to work is I'm going to ask him the questions that you guys have submitted. This is a chance for him to speak candidly about Rhude and about himself as a designer, and it's an amazing opportunity for you guys to get a little bit of an insight into someone who's massive in the fashion world at the moment. So our first question comes from Meg. How much has Rhude either changed or stayed the same from your original concept for the brand?
Yeah, so for the brand, as a company grows, you get to, hire awesome people. And I think now my duty is to actually kind of explain the vision to the entire team. And then with my design team, we have, 3 designers. I never want to take full credit to all the ideas. So we work together as a collective, and we challenge ideas.
Sylvester wants to know how you find that inspiration for Rhude to be able to become a trendsetter and stay ahead of the game.
I don't even think we think about trend setting when we design. I think we just want to be as honest as possible, like having a product that that kind of changes perceptions of things, or also like digs into a topic that we don't normally think about with clothes.
And obviously, you have a lot of hype about the Rhude brand. Is that your phone?
Oh my God, that's my favorite song. Sorry, that's Paramore. I was like, who's playing Paramore right now? Yeah, I love Paramore, by the way, that's jokes.
How do you feel about hype in fashion, and how important do you think that it is for a brand to have that hype behind them?
I don't think you need hype at all. I think you need loyalty. I think you need loyalty around your team, loyalty around your consumers. And if you have, one, you can grow that into 100.
Ishmael wants to know is what keeps you inspired? Is it thinking futuristically when it comes to design, or taking past events and incorporating those into products?
When I design, I really do think about from the past, not so much like predated, like 80 years ago or whatever it is, but more so like how can I make existing products better? And I think that's the design space that I come from. And it could be not from yours, but I think about like, as much as we want to risk take, I always think about, how can I make this existing pant that's already resonating to someone better? Because to me, for me, it's like we all have our wardrobes we wake up to, and we already have it preset. So for you to switch out of that blue shirt, you have to really love that other shirt. So for me, it's like, how can I propose a different statement to that blue shirt to where you're able to actually take your money and run to the other blue shirt that I designed,
And is that what you think Rhude is bringing to the menswear conversation that sets you apart from other designers, being able to do that?
Yeah, sure. I think a lot of what I do is I get kids that sometimes talk about how I'm kind of just a glorified stylist, or I do a bunch of vintage clothes or whatever it is. But to me, it's I want to create products that were already existing in your closet. In your mind, it sits in there, but it's actually a more elevated version of it, whether it's the pocket is, in a different, sewn in a different way, or it's French seamed or something. It's more the techniques, and our price points are kind of high, but it's the product that speaks for itself. It's the procedures, it's the different washes that I do, it's the hands that touch it. It's it's able to help economy. It's able to put jobs in people that I believe in, have the best hands in the U.S. So, yeah.
Antoinette wants to hear about some advice on how you manage to stay true to yourself as a designer, to your unique style, while still satisfying your customer.
Stay off Instagram. Oftentimes, like, it's hard, it's inevitable to be influenced by so many different things. But, for me to be inspired, I try to stay away from, I'm open to all ideas, but like if I handpick the person, like that's when, I want to learn from them. But I spend a lot of time with my family. I'm in Australia now, so that's pretty inspirational. I'm even amazed that our market is able to reach this far. So like for you guys to sit here, I'm like, how can I grow this into 100, 200 or whatever it is? Because it's far. It's far.
What do you think? What do you think that fashion designers think about Australia as a market? Is this an important side of the world to you guys?
I think you guys are becoming a pivotal, gateway to making it an important market, and I think my fellow designers and I, we speak about it, and the store's name comes up all the time.
I personally think it's amazing to see how much you've grown as a brand and as a designer in the years that we've been working together. A crazy milestone is the Forbes 30 Under 30 experience. Darcy wants to know, what's been the most pivotal aspect of your work or yourself as a designer that you think has led to the recognition Forbes has given you?
It's a nod that I'm capable to be able to go work on my left side of my brain and the right side at the same time, meaning I'm able to be creative, but also understand the market. You have to meet in the middle as a businessman and as a designer as well, because it's like, I think the biggest creative reach is being able to resonate with people. It's like, to me, if the product doesn't gravitate to anyone, then the vision is just held to yourself. And what's the purpose of hoarding like a message or a vision if it's not trying to touch as many people, And and I think from my end, I think the biggest body of work that we've created was just being able to distribute worldwide.
I know you talk about Barney's and all the other stores that you're in, how do you select the retail partners that you have?
In the beginning, we had the liberty to select the top 30 accounts, meaning one of yours and, Mr. Porter, Barney's, just name it, we've got it. Selfridges, that's the biggest key when you're small in the beginning, is when you're able to kind of handpick. And we just had luck. We just had luck that, the work spoke for itself and it reached the right people. And the buyers reached out to us and we were able to grow it. But, now that we have a full team, we work with a distribution partner that kind of helps us strategize on regional partners. Because, as I'm going about with this, it's more business than design. So, yeah.
How important do you think that the business side of the fashion world is in comparison to the art design aspect?
I think the business is the art, actually.
With introducing new things, is there anything that you can talk us through that's new for Rhude as a brand?
Is this going anywhere? Or am I? Oh, okay. Whatever. I'm just going to talk about it. Whatever. I'm going to get in big trouble because if it goes anywhere, whatever. So I have a collaboration. Collaboration.
You guys are getting the inside scoop. I think I'm getting in trouble.
Whatever. I have a partnership. I have a thing. I have I keep going.
That's crazy.
I'll just stop.
So I know you're delving into womenswear. What's made you want to do that? And when can we see that? Because I'm ready for it.
Yeah, so I'm showing June in Paris. Because again, I want to grow this community. And I think so far we've focused so much on commerce, which is you can't sustain a high fashion business without showing images. I think that's the aspirational aspect of a business, is either a fashion show, a film, or photo shoots. And so much of our business is focused on just sales now. And I've kind of almost lost touch of what I once started it with, which is the downside of growing rapidly at such a quick time. So yeah, we're showing in June, and I'm introducing Womenswear. I think the company has a say on what I think women should wear. The times are changing. I think women now want to be as comfortable as possible, but more so the idea spurred upon like the title, like boyfriend's jeans, and I wanted to take that out. And I think if we're really trying to talk about like empowering women, like, you know, I don't think we need to be calling the boyfriend's jeans boyfriend jeans, because, you know, it's still giving credit to the men and like kind of giving this vision of like you step out in your man's clothes. I think I want to give women their own wardrobe that still kind of encapsulated that, but gave them the power. So,
are there any fashion designers that you'd want to collab with for either a men's or a women's collection?
Come June, you'll see. Yeah, June.
Can't do this to me. I want to know.
Yeah, June. But yeah, I have a really close relationship with a lot of my peers and my idols. So, you know, it's kind of a great relationship. I'm able to learn from them, and you know, I think times have changed now. Before it was like very competitive, but now I think the more of us, the merrier. Like if I can give you access to all the knowledge I know, I'd be more than happy to.
Is there a trend that you want to see come to an end in fashion?
No.
No.
I think everything plays a part in the cycle. So, you know, what is will bring something new.
I know we have a few fashion students here today. What is your best piece of advice, either in life or
don't be swayed by location, and don't be like put down by location and all of that. I think geographically you'll worry about that in the future, but for now, work from within and like build that subculture that you have here, or the circle of friends. Because if your circle of friends don't even support your work or believe in your work, then how could you expect everyone else to? So I think you use that source and you try to perfect your recipe as much as you could. And when they finally believe in it, then you could take it to a platform to where it's global.
And our last question comes from our staff member, Milky. What impact do you want to have through your design, and what in particular do you want to be remembered for?
I'm trying to design from a different space rather than just like offering a fresh new t-shirt or like a fresh new sneaker and all that. So, you know, with Puma, like a few weeks ago, I actually donated a portion of my actual royalties to a foundation in the Philippines that like helps young kids to have, you know, artistic backgrounds and kind of develop their vision. And, you know, just like kids that grew up like me from a different country that had nothing. And with that, I'm trying to, you know, with the small amount of effect that I can bring, I want to be the spark to something bigger to where it can bring a global change.